On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of the Lipscomb University College of Pharmacy, welcome. Today is a special day. It is a day that we get to recognize and celebrate the graduating class of 2019. We are so honored to have so many guests, families, friends, special friends to the college, alumni. We're honored by your presence and look forward to a fun day of celebration. I'd like to say a few words to the class of 2019. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. It has been a long, long road. And I know, I see a lot of shaking of heads. Yes, it's been a long, long road. But it is going to be totally worth it. The impact that you will make in this profession will be incredible. And by impact, and not all professions can say this, but by the impact that you will make, people will live healthier, better lives. And that is a very, very unique thing that we should be very proud of. Over the past 4 years, you have accumulated a lot of knowledge, scientific knowledge, clinical knowledge, and now as you go out with that degree, it goes back to that old Nike slogan, just do it. It's time to just use that knowledge and improve the outcomes of the patients that we serve. One common hashtag, I know all the younger generation will get the hashtag part. I'm still learning that. One common hashtag that we've seen on this campus over the past few months with the hire of a new football coach for the academy is the hashtag Be Set Apart. And I would like to issue that challenge to the graduating class. And you will join our alumni and our faculty and our staff who are already living this, to be set apart. What does it mean to be set apart? Well, as a faith-based institution, we focus on many things other than just the scientific and clinical knowledge, which you are already reaching that level of beyond proficiency, and many of you, as you go on and continue your training, you will be expert in those particular areas. You've got that. But being set apart means it's all those other things that we focused on in this curriculum. About valuing relationships with your patients that you serve, with your peers, with other healthcare providers. That when you are working with patients, that you are not focused on just a transaction of business, but you are continuing to nurture a relationship with those patients. A relationship that will extend well beyond that one encounter. In many cases, you will have relationships with patients that will last your lifetime. Value those. Continue to nurture those. We've talked about in our curriculum over and over the importance of demonstrating kindness, compassion, and being servant-hearted. That is part of what is being set apart. Our profession the entire profession is focused on making sure that we are achieving optimal outcomes for our patients. I challenge you to be a leader within our profession. As you carry the name of being a Lipscomb University College of Pharmacy alumnus, to be and set apart so that all within the profession look to you to see how that lives out, how being set apart lives out in day-to-day practice. That they see you by going that extra mile. by being willing to sit there and holding the hand of a patient who may be on their last days on this earth, to being willing to have the difficult conversations. That is being set apart. Taking time to seek out the underserved, the vulnerable in our society. That is what it means to be set apart. Be unique. Make this profession better. At this time, I want to acknowledge someone for the class, a group of people that have been very special to you over the past 4 years. Your faculty and staff. They have poured their lives into your education. And this, I think you all know this, and I think all of you would say this, that it's gone beyond the classroom. It's in all the mentoring that takes place. It's been in all the hallway conversations, in all the career counseling. They want nothing but the best for you. And also our staff, who they make things go. They make things happen. And they take a lot of interest in all of you. They celebrate with you. They've cried with you. And they are so proud of you. Class of 2019, at this time, will you rise and please show your thankfulness to the faculty and to the staff. And graduates, while you're standing, there's another group of people here that have been extremely special and have helped you along this journey, and that is the spouses, the family, the special friends. I know there are employers that are here as well. So at this time, if you will, if you turn around and acknowledge the impact that these people have had on your career. Thank you. You may be seated. So enjoy today and enjoy tomorrow. It is a special time. Celebrate with your classmates. They are your family. Celebrate with the faculty, the staff, the alumni. They are your family. Celebrate with your friends and your true family as well. It is a special time. At this time, it's my pleasure to be able to introduce Vice Provost of Health Affairs, Dr. Roger Davis, who's going to come up and offer a few remarks and the invocation. He is the founding dean of the college, and his footprint is all over this place in a very positive way. His demand for excellence, his frequent use of the P word, professionalism, is something I know that will last you over your career in a positive way. It has been a tremendous honor to be mentored by him and look forward to continuing that role going forward. After Vice Provost Davis concludes, Dr. Zach Cox has been selected by the graduating class to come up and deliver the faculty address. And so he will come up on stage immediately after Vice Provost Davis. And then following Dr. Cox, Megan Hamilton, class president of the class of 2019, will come up and offer the reply from the class.
Thank you, Dean Campbell. Well, welcome. This is a great day. We got to laugh and have fun and celebrate, and I'm going to move over here because I'm not as tall as Dean Campbell is, and I'm also not as good looking as he is. So I need all the help I can get. But have a good time today. On behalf of President Lowry and Provost Bledsoe, and especially myself, congratulations. Almost 45 months ago, we sat in this same place, explaining to you high expectations for the next 4 years, the highs and the lows that you would experience, and I think we've made that journey in very good shape. I hope that we have met your expectations for us as administration and as faculty and as staff of this college. But you certainly have met and many, many times exceeded our expectations for your performance collectively and individually. All I can say is a hearty amen to what Dean Campbell said earlier. So know that you are appreciated for your perseverance and your tenacity and lots of Starbucks coffee. You will impact the future. All that we continue to ask is that you leave here with a set vision and a persistence for how your life will play out to the benefit of others. So congratulations, you've earned every accolade that you're going to receive over the next 2 days. And to those of you who are not graduating this weekend but feel like you're graduating, congratulations to you as well. You are important people in the lives of these graduates and in the life of this college. So thank you for sharing with us your precious resources over the last 4 years. So congratulations. Most importantly, let's ask our Father for his guidance as we go forward. Almighty God, we pause at this moment to acknowledge that you are all-present, all-knowing, and all-powerful. We're grateful that you hold that position in our lives and in this world. We depend on your consistency and upon your promises and the fact that you keep your promises to your faithful people. We're grateful that you have given this graduating class intelligence, abilities, talents, desires, and hope and commitment. And especially, Father, we're grateful for that commitment because that commitment is to you and to all the individuals that they will serve during their lifetime. May many people come to know you through the servant attitude of these graduates. We're grateful that you've walked these 4 years with them and allowed them to be successful in this program. And now, Father, we ask you to bless them in the coming days, to give them a richness of life, to increase their faith in you, to increase their favor in your eyes by the way they act before other people as your representative. Give them knowledge and courage, give them wisdom, give them vision, and give them perseverance. Most of all, Father, allow them to know that they will always hold a special place in the hearts of the individuals who have shared these last 4 years with them and are hopeful to share the next 4 or 5 decades with them as well. Continue to bless all of us, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, and our supporters in everything that we attempt to do in your name here at this place. And we acknowledge, Father, that our only hope rests in the sacrifice of your Son, Jesus Christ, and in his name we pray. Amen.
Well, in lieu of thanking you, I would like to publicly continue my protest for walk-up music that I was denied. I made I made a killer mashup of the music of BTS that I wanted to come up to, and instead you had to just watch me walk in silence. But I will remind you, once you K-pop, you cannot stop, and so just think about that. When I was told I had the opportunity to address the class, I was very excited because I thought I have got some things I want to say to these people. but it was, I sort of had the impression that it was just going to be sort of in a more private setting, just you and I, and sort of like an exit interview as an employee is leaving. And now, as I sort of take note that this is going to be in front of your family and your friends and my bosses, I'm not sure the things that I thought I wanted to say are as appropriate. So I'm going to try and modify this a little bit, but these are some of the things I wanted to ask you. Who do you think you are? Just follow that up with, what gives you the right, These are just things to think about. All right, so say something hilarious, check. All right, so now we are to the part of the talk where normally somebody would give you advice, and I would just tell you, I do not know what's best for you. I don't have a lot of sound advice for you. I would also, but I would challenge you that maybe even you at this point don't know what's best for you, and so if you will allow me here, if you'll just think of what your 5-year plan is from now. That's a common question you get for job interviews or residency interviews. It's what my wife asked me when I proposed. Just think, what does that 5-year plan look for you? It may have some job success metrics you want to achieve, some monetary goals. It may be a big purchase, the first big purchase of a house or car. But just take whatever you're thinking that you really want to do in the next 5 years and sort of get that list in your mind. And let's just set it aside for just a second, because what I want us to do next is let's think, what was your 5-year plan 5 years ago, right? Remember when your 5-year plan 5 years ago was all about just being here, right? When this was the moment that you thought about to get you through all the stuff that you had to get here, and you thought, man, if I could just get there, how exciting, how great would life be? And so just take a moment to think about this moment and how really maybe dissatisfying it is in and of itself. What kind of sick individual would reward your 4 years of sitting silently listening to us talk and think, what would be a good present for them? Let's sit them down and make them listen to us talk for a little bit. They would like that, all right? So, but the point I want to make, other than that tangent, is just, what you so desired, 5 years ago, today may seem less exciting than you imagined, right? All you can think about now is, well, what about the next things I want to do, the next 5 years? And I would bet the best part of today is not the achievement of this success itself, but it's sharing it with the people that you love. That's probably what's the most satisfying to you. And so as you're thinking about the next 5 years, take note of this pattern in your life. I would encourage you to chase success, but don't expect it to make you happy by itself. I want you to pursue success and excellence, but never let it define who you are. It's really not the quality of success you'll have, but it's the quality of the people that you have to share it with that will really make it worthwhile over the next 5 years, 50 years. And to sort of illustrate that, let me just tell you 2 quick stories. To start off, raise your hand if you think Tom Brady is the best quarterback that's ever lived. Just a real quick show of hands. Okay. Haters in the building here. All right. I'm going to assume that many of you did think that. And so in an interview, it was 60 Minutes in 2005. Let me just set up what was happening then. Tom Brady, he's 28. He's won 3 Super Bowls in the past 4 years. He's the starting QB on the greatest team, the New England Patriots at that time. He's dating a famous actress, and he goes into a 60 Minutes interview where the whole premise of the interview is, your life is awesome, talk to us about that, right? That's the whole thing. There's no hard-hitting journalism. Just talking about how awesome his life is and describe that to us. And I want to read you this quote that came out of that in the context of how great his life must be. This is what Tom Brady said. He said, "Why do I have 3 Super Bowl rings, and I still think there's something greater out there for me? I mean, maybe a lot of people would say, hey man, this is what it is. I've reached my goal, my dreams, my whole life. And I think, God, there has to be something more than this." And so the interviewer says, well, what's the answer? And he says, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I love playing football. I love being the quarterback for this team. But at the same time, I think there are a lot of other parts about me that I'm trying to find. I know what ultimately makes me happy are family and friends. I get more out of that than anything. You think about someone who is at the top, the pinnacle of success, probably has more success in his field than any of us in this room will sort of comparatively have in our own. And at the peak of that, he's sort of sitting there saying, I thought it would be better than this. There's got to be something more. And if we'll just, the other story I want to share with you as we just compare that is Tim Tebow. Maybe a show of hands if you think Tim Tebow is the greatest quarterback of all time. Okay, that's what I thought. But I think his story is still very, very additive here to what we're saying. So Tim Tebow came here at Lipscomb, and I heard him speak, and he shared a story that just made an impact on me. He talked about similar setting. They just won the national championship. They'd won pretty much back-to-back national championships. They just beat Oklahoma. He was a superstar. Do you remember when Tim Tebow was like a superstar? Like he was the hottest looking person in the world, again, according to my wife, and like just, he had this unfound fame and success. And so he came and talked about what was the best part of all that, of the fame, of the success, and of winning. And he talked about the greatest moment for him was when they won the national championship. And the final seconds are ticking down. He walks off the field. He's walking up to his head coach, and his coach flips up, the mic on his headset, and he puts his hand on his shoulder, and he said, "You did it. I'm so proud of you." And he talked about that moment was better than any media accolade, was better than any trophy, was better than anything else. It was sharing that moment with someone who you had worked so hard with to accomplish that. And so I wanted to leave you with these 2 final thoughts as you're thinking about what's next for you in the 5 years and what's going to make you happy. So quickly, 2 final thoughts. First, I would say trust God's plan for you is better than whatever your plan is right now. You and I don't know exactly what's best for ourselves, but our designer does. And that's a hard thing to do. That's sort of a daily giving up of your plan in acknowledgement that Jesus gave up his life for us. So I want to share with you this verse. This is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. It's in the Message, which I really like this phrasing. So it says, trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try and figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. He's the one who will keep you on track. Don't assume you know it all. And the second thing that I'll leave you with here is a quote from Charles Spurgeon, who was talking in the context of leaving a legacy, making an impact, talking about a tombstone. And his recommendation is the same one I would give to you. He said, carve your name on hearts, not on marble. And so if you want to find happiness in the next 5 years, it won't be the successes that you can list on your CV. It'll be the people that you brought along the way that you did it with and that are there to enjoy those successes with you. So with that, I thank you guys for this opportunity to talk with you, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Cox. Let's give him another round of applause. He's so amazing. Good morning, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. 1,350 days ago, we stood in front of this very building with eager hearts and determined minds, not knowing that those next 4 years would be defining stepping stones, not only in our careers, but also in our lives. We've seen successes, failures, babies, marriages, engagements, essentially enough to turn 63 people into one big family. So needless to say, I've been reflecting on all the memories we've created together, and well, I put them into a poem. In 2015, we started classes. Little did we know we'd spend the next 4 years praying for passes. To start the day, Dr. Fowler taught the anatomy of the gut, followed up by Dr. Mercer's chemistry that left us all in a rut. Dr. Heffington, the goat, gives us his best wishes, but only after pelting Edgar in class with Hershey's Kisses. Dr. Phipps' exams left many of us hurtin'. Even if you knew the material, we still left uncertain. Dr. Pouliot let our tardiness make him irate. But let's be real, not all of us have a skateboard like James Gary to skate. I'm pretty sure Dr. Cox will be the one to cure cancer, because as we all know, he has all the answers. Dr. Lee and Dr. Campbell both got new titles as dean, but Roger Davis is ours, if you still know what I mean. Although this is starting to sound like a roast, your dedication, your time, your investment is what we will forever value the most. However, enough about the professors, let's move to our class, where we will find so many memories that will surely last. Cody and Ryan gained quite the reputation, yet no one's sure if they obtained an education. Kara was always sure to hold Integrity Recordings accountable, and Nick was a member on every organizational board imaginable. If we ever needed something to cheer up a gloomy day, we could always hear Sam Stark's chuckle from a mile away. While Lipscomb's parking made it a hassle to be on time, the real battle was beating the undergrads to the Starbucks line. If a technology issue arose, we all knew who to rely on. All we had to do was yell out, "Huzzah!" Our girls' football team finished off undefeated, but don't ask the other classes, they're still pretty heated. Through pharmacology therapy and CCD, I couldn't imagine sitting through class with anyone but U63. Like our time as students, this poem must come to an end, but first there are families that I'd like to commend. Your love and support helped us stay strong. Without you, we wouldn't have made it this long. So thank you to all of you out in the crowd. We ultimately hope that we made you all proud. Finally, to my class, I can't believe we made it to this day. There's just one more thing that I wanted to say. Although the thought of leaving here fills me with sadness, I can't wait to see what you all do in practice. We have a big task ahead of us now, so let's all go out and make Lipscomb proud. In conclusion, all I ask that you do one thing for me. Let's give a giant round of applause, because we got our Pharm D.
Well, now we know what she was doing instead of studying. Okay. That was great. That was absolutely great. At this time, Shauna McAdams, Vice President for the class of 2019, has a presentation, and then she will be followed by a presentation of Faculty of the Year Awards. Class of 2019 Secretary Brian Wheeler will present the P4 Award. Class of 2020 President Kyle Owens will present the P3 Award. Class of 2021 President Brent Tucker, the P2 Award, and Class of 22 President Rebecca Finley, the P1 Award.
Over the past 4 years, our class has grown from 63 terrified individuals to one big family. I believe we would all agree that this journey would have been much more difficult without the amazing faculty and staff in the College of Pharmacy. The resources, knowledge, motivation, and most of all love shared by each of you have developed well-rounded individuals ready to take on the world of pharmacy, and for that we are forever thankful. On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to present a gift of $850 to the Lipscomb College of Pharmacy Alumni Scholarship. With this gift, we hope to provide future generations of students with the same amazing opportunities that we have been blessed with.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Wheeler, and I serve as the class secretary for the class of 2019. Each class elects a faculty member of the year, and it is an honor to announce my class's choice for faculty member of the year. On behalf of my classmates, I want to thank this faculty member. Thank you for being there for us. Thank you for your commitment to our professional and personal growth. If our class had a collective father, it would be you. We love and feel loved by you. Just the other day, I overheard a classmate ask, "Is it too late for him to adopt me?" as evidence of that love. You are an excellent educator, a pioneering pharmacist, and the best example of a human. We want to be just like you when we grow up, which is oh so very soon now. You are a blessing to this class and to this college. Please, everyone, give a round of applause for the Faculty Member of the Year, Dr. Jeff Lee.
Hello, my name is Kyle Owens, and I'm giving out the award on behalf of the class of 2020. This year, our class chose to honor an awesome faculty member. As we all know, this person is extremely intelligent, but also incredibly humble, and it's for this reason we thought he was able to effectively educate us on the challenging topic of infectious disease. I know he'll appreciate this reference, but he was able to educate us on antibiotics similarly to the way Oscar had to educate Michael Scott on a budgetary surplus. When he said complicated things in long sentences to us, we looked at him and said, "Why don't you explain it to us like we're 8 years old?" And he did, and we appreciate that. His passion for educating the next generation of pharmacists was quite evident to us, and we are grateful for him to imparting his wisdom and knowledge on us as we prepare to go on APPEs. Thank you, Dr. Cox, for all of your quiz passwords, office references, and clinical pearls. And I don't want you to walk up without music, so we'll all do the da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Good morning. My name is Brent Tucker, and I am the president of the P2 class, and it's my honor to present the Faculty of the Year Award on behalf of the class of 2021. This professor deserves a wealth of credit for helping our class navigate the grueling journey that is P2 year. We couldn't have done it without you. This professor's passion and enthusiasm for pharmacy and for teaching students is evident every day in lecture. I have sayings ingrained in my head of what to always do in practice and what to never do in practice. And I know our class will carry those things forward as we go about in practice. And I think we gave this professor a little bit of a shock this year as we pulled maybe a small April Fool's joke on him. But he returned the favor and gave us all a little bit of shock as well when he arrived to class and his beard was gone. We're glad to see it's coming back. Congratulations, Dr. Pouliot. You're the Faculty of the Year of the 2021 class.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Finley, and I'm the upcoming P2 class president. On behalf of the class of 2022, we want to present this award to a faculty member who we've had in 3 different classes: calculations, leadership and management, and compounding. He was always excited to teach us, no matter which subject it was. He also loves to advocate for our profession, and he loves motivational quotes and also trivia games. So Dr. Kirby, could you please come up?
Next part of our program is recognizing Preceptor of the Year. We are so fortunate to have just incredible preceptors that not only the ones that work within inside the college, but so many external preceptors that work at a variety of different pharmacies, institutions, and we are truly blessed by having great role models that are willing to invest time, effort, and most of all their knowledge into our graduating classes. And we're thankful for that. To present these awards, Dr. Greg Young, the Associate Dean of Experiential Education, and Dr. Chad Gentry, Associate Professor of Pharmacy Practice that oversees the introductory pharmacy practice experiences.
Good morning. Again with the awkward silent walk. Dr. Cox and I had this figured out. We were already talking about it out in the foyer about the music, but the difference in ages, he said BTS, I was thinking Earth, Wind, and Fire, but it's okay. That's just what's in my CD player right now. So something to deal with I-24 traffic, I think. I am the Associate Dean for Experiential Education. For those of you in the audience who are thinking, I have no idea what that term means, don't feel bad. 12 years ago, neither did I. Yet here we are. This is a good day. And that's got rollers. Okay. This is an exciting day. Not quite 4 years ago, you sat here in orientation and thought probably to yourself, dear Lord, what have I done? You know, and yet you've lived to tell about it. Maybe a little scarred, maybe a little banged up, but have accomplished something that will never be taken away from you, okay? Now, aside from all the grueling hours in lab and lecture, let me put into perspective what this class has accomplished. Each one of you had to do a certain number of IPPE hours, but collectively as a class, you've finished over 19,000 IPPE hours. And then we get to APPEs. Each of you had to have 1,600 hours of APPEs. Collectively, you've done over 96,000 hours. That's not even counting the miles you've driven to rotation site, but unfortunately, Southwest doesn't grant you frequent flyer miles for that. I'm sorry about that. We could not do what we do to culminate the completion of the training and the program without the partnership and the collaboration of pharmacists out in different practice sites who are willing to allow students to come in and train along beside them and let them emulate who we hope you to aspire to be when you get out. And we have the benefit of having those external partnerships and then our own faculty internally. So it's my pleasure to present some awards for the Advanced Pharmacy Practice Experience Preceptors of the Year, and these are the 4th-year rotations. The first one I was extremely excited to hear about because this preceptor's been involved with us for a long time. In fact, I look back and this preceptor's taken students for the past 10 or 11 years, and I've always thought that she was very deserving. She is an outstanding pharmacy manager at one of the local Publix pharmacies, been there for over 13 years. She graduated in 1999 from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, with a Bachelor of Science in Business Management, and then went on to Mercer University, Southern School of Pharmacy, and graduated in 2006 with her PharmD degree, and if I'm not mistaken, also has a Master's in Business Administration. She probably doesn't talk about very often, but I tell the students, pick her brain every chance you get. She's been a preceptor since the induction of the College of Pharmacy, where she's helped shape some of Lipscomb's finest pharmacy students throughout the years. And in her free time, she enjoys being on the lake with friends and hiking with her dog, Dixie. Now, I have the privilege of knowing literally hundreds of pharmacists that serve as preceptors and train our students. But I took a special pride in this because every now and then the professional relationship migrates into just a friendship, and I know we reached that point when I give her a hard time and she gives it right back. So it was with great pleasure that I announced one of the external APPE preceptors of the year as Dr. Julie Kent. The next recipient is exciting as well. This individual comes from within the family. And I think there's some quotes in The Godfather about family being very important, you know. This next recipient is a 2014 graduate of the Lipscomb University College of Pharmacy. This individual I knew from my days in Manchester when I was an independent pharmacist up there, and then he came to school and I'm like, wow, he's older and I'm even older. But it's a great moment when you have earlier days in your career circle back around, and extremely proud of this young man. As I said, he graduated in 2014. He went on to be, I believe, one of the inaugural residents, pharmacy residents at Maury Regional Medical Center, which has gone on to be one of our great collaborations. After that, he stayed on at Maury as a clinical pharmacist, where his focus for our students is in internal medicine. And his wife, Jenny, is actually, I guess, my counterpart in the Physician Assistant Studies program within Lipscomb University. So they truly do keep it in the family. So would you join me in congratulating Dr. Jordan Robinson as one of our APP Preceptors of the Year? And last but not least, one more that I again, take great pleasure in, because the relationship with this individual transcends my time here at the college. I've known this individual who hails from my hometown and was actually in my college group when my wife and I worked with the college group at our church. Had no idea she was interested in pharmacy. She's that quiet. But she has gone on to have a stellar career. This individual graduated from the UT College of Pharmacy in 2010 and went on to complete 2 postgraduate residencies, one at the VA Medical Center with the Tennessee Valley Health System, and then a second one focused in internal medicine, which I believe was in Memphis. She's a board-certified pharmacotherapy specialist, and I believe she has actually won a Faculty of the Year award herself. She joined the faculty in 2012 at the end of her residencies. Her practice site is now the VA Medical Center in Nashville, where she focuses on internal medicine patients. She's highly involved in mission trips, and I believe is quickly leaving for the Dominican Republic soon. So she's one of my favorites. Would you please join me in congratulating Dr. Jessica Wallace as our internal faculty of the year? And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Chad Gentry to come and introduce our Introductory Pharmacy Practice Experience Preceptors of the Year.
Good morning. So half of my job, this moves. So half of my job is to go out and meet with every preceptor that we have face to face on an annual or biannual basis to make sure of every quality that every rotation that they have is of quality, making sure that they're learning things on the rotation that we need them to learn, and to make sure they're just not extra help. And so that's APPEs and IPPEs. And so some of the things that we want to recognize today are the 3 individuals that really exemplify, well, 6 individuals, but the 3 individuals for IPPEs that exemplify what we are looking for in preceptors. We commend you and thank you so much for everything you do for us. So the first individual is, so we do an internal, we do an institutional, and we also do a community award. So the first one that I will present is institutional. So Dr. Tate Davis is from Tupelo, Mississippi, where she graduated from the University of Mississippi with both her BS in Pharmaceutical Sciences and PharmD. She went on to complete her PGY1 pharmacy residency at St. Thomas West Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. After the completion of her residency, she joined Vanderbilt Medical Center as an evening clinical pharmacist, where she's been for almost 3 years. Tate's passion for missions and serving others began as a pharmacy student and has continued into her career as she goes to Honduras at least once a year for medical missions. Tate enjoys getting to work alongside students as long as they get the opportunity to practice as future pharmacists and begin developing their own practice styles and passions. Tate has greatly enjoyed living and working in Nashville and spends a lot of her time with her two nieces, Catherine and Sarah. So please join me in congratulating Dr. Tate Davis. So the second award that I'll present this morning is the Community Award. This individual is an alumni from Lipscomb University College of Pharmacy, Dr. George Mead. Graduated in 2013. Upon graduation, he began working for Kroger and has been pharmacy manager since 2016. He received Preceptor of the Year for Lipscomb in 2015, so he's a double winner now as well. And this will be his second time receiving the award, as I said. He met his bride, Carly, at Lipscomb as well, where she graduated in 2014. His wife works for Kroger as well, and they live in Murfreesboro and live with their two dogs, Rufus and Daisy, and two cats, Lucy and Ringo. So please join me in congratulating Dr. George Mead. So the third award is for a faculty member that takes a lot of IPPEs as well. I've known this individual for about 12 years now, and so it's an honor for me to give Dr. Ben Gross this award. Dr. Ben Gross received his Bachelor of Science degree in biology at Murray State University and completed his Doctor of Pharmacy at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Dr. Gross went on to complete a specialty residency in primary care with the University of Tennessee and Holston Medical Group in Kingsport, Tennessee. He served as faculty at the University of Tennessee and served as the clinical pharmacy director and residency director at Holston Medical Group. His current clinical practice site is Murray Regional, where he focuses on transitions of care and chronic disease management. Dr. Gross completed his Master's of Business Administration from Lipscomb University and is duly board certified as a pharmacotherapy specialist and ambulatory care pharmacist. Dr. Gross currently serves as Director of Residency Programs and was just recently appointed as the Director of Assessment for the College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. So please join me in congratulating Dr. Ben Gross.
It's now my pleasure to call to the podium Dr. Sarah Urosa, who's the Assistant Professor of Pharmacy Practice, also the chapter liaison for the American Pharmacy Association Academy of Student Pharmacists, which she does an outstanding job, an award-winning job with that chapter. But she also serves in her spare time, which is not very much, as chair of our Awards and Recognition Committee. Dr. Rosa.
It's tall. It is, hold on. There we go, that's better. It is my pleasure to represent the faculty and staff of the College of Pharmacy in presenting awards to selected members of the graduating class. In several of these cases, students were nominated by members of the faculty and fellow students for these awards. The first 5 awards given are given to student pharmacists in recognition of their involvement in professional organizations, and you'll see the chapter advisors of each of these organizations presenting the awards today. The APHA ASP Senior Recognition Certificate goes to the graduating member that has made the greatest contribution to our APHA ASP chapter. This year's recipient has excelled not only as a leader for our chapter, but also as a leader in the region and under the national level. Under her leadership as chapter president, we were awarded the Division AAA winner, which is the highest award a school our size can receive. One of my favorite memories of this graduate is when we were at the MRM meeting, mid-year regional meeting, a few years ago. Out of hundreds of students, no one was running for the position of mid-year regional meeting coordinator the next year. When she found this out, she decided, I can do it. So with no preparation, campaigning, or planning, she ran and won the position. I'm not sure she knew at the time how much planning goes into planning a conference for 700 plus students. But at times, it may have seemed overwhelming. She took it in stride and made the best MRM I've ever been to. I'm so happy that our chapter has gotten to benefit from the student's leadership for the last 4 years. The winner of the APHA ASP Senior Recognition Certificate goes to Kelsey Dalton. The ASHP SSHP Leadership Recognition Award is awarded to the P4 student who served as the past president of the Lipscomb College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences SSHP chapter. This year's award recipient served as our SSHP chapter tirelessly and as president-elect and president as she continued to assist our chapter as a P4. Her dedication and devotion to SSHP has been remarkable, and she is well deserving of this honor. The ASHP SSHP Leadership Recognition Award goes to Cassidy Runkle. The next award is the Asclepius Key, presented to a member of our pharmacy fraternity, Kappa Psi. In Greek mythology, Asclepius was the god of medicine. In 1946, the Asclepius Key was introduced to be a special award presented to the Kappa Psi chapter member for outstanding scholarship and achievement. This award is voted on upon the chapter and presented to the Kappa Psi member who is among the top performers academically in his or her class and has shown superior leadership in the Kappa Psi fraternity. This recipient served on the Kappa Psi Executive Committee this year, but was always present in years past and lending a helping hand. He always has a positive attitude and is just an all-around great person. We will miss having him around next year. The Asclepius Key goes to Cody Davis. The Phi Delta Chi Alterum Alterius Auxilio Eget Award has been given to the graduating brother who has made the most significant contribution to the Gamma Omega chapter. The award is titled after the fraternity's motto and translates to, "Each needs the help of the other." This motto reminds brothers that they are not alone in their pursuit of excellence in pharmacy, and that brothers are always there to help them on their journey. Phi Delta Chi further prides itself on developing leaders in pharmacy, and this year's recipient fits that description of excellence. This brother exemplifies leadership, service, and scholarship in every aspect of his professional and personal life. He is always willing to help anyone in need, no matter the circumstance. He has held a leadership position within Phi Delta Chi for the last 3 years. He is as well as holding leadership positions outside of the fraternity. His support for his fraternity and his brothers is undeniable, and we could not be prouder of his accomplishments. We know his future impact on the pharmacy practice profession will be positive, and he will always be a role model and more than willing to offer a helping hand. It is only fitting that the recipient of the 2019 Alterum Alterius Auxilio Eget Award is Samuel Starks. I love it. Phi Lambda Sigma is also known as the Pharmacy Leadership Society and strives to promote the development of leadership qualities and honor leaders in the profession. The Phi Lambda Sigma Chapter Member of the Year award goes to an outstanding PLS member based on their contributions to pharmacy leadership within the chapter. This award is selected and voted from the PLS chapter members and the PLS advisor. In addition to his many leadership roles and involvement in organizations such as SPGA and Kappa Psi, the recipient of this award served as PLS president this past year and was instrumental in organizing multiple events for the society. He is a true servant leader with involvement in multiple community service events and even traveling abroad for missions. This individual has demonstrated a strong passion for the career of pharmacy and advancing the PLS Delta Alpha chapter at Lipscomb. He is highly respected among his peers in this organization, and it was clear that he was the most deserving for the award. This year's Phi Lambda Sigma Chapter Member of the Year is Cody Davis. To present the next group of awards, please welcome Vice Chair of the Pharmacy Practice Department, Dr. Cam Nola.
Congratulations. On behalf of the Department of Pharmacy Practice and our faculty, we are pleased to present these awards. The Academic Excellence in Pharmacy Management Award goes to a student that displays an interest in the area of pharmacy management and excelled academically in the management coursework. The Academic Excellence in Pharmacy Management Award goes to Amanda Gibbs. The Academic Excellence in Social and Administrative Sciences Award goes to a student that displays an interest in pharmacy administration and excelled in administrative science courses such as healthcare delivery, pharmacoeconomics, and pharmacy law and ethics. The recipient of the Academic Excellence in Social and Administrative Science Award goes to Kara Stockdale. The Academic Excellence in Pharmacotherapy Award goes to a graduate that displays an interest in the area of pharmacotherapy and excelled academically in all 6 pharmacotherapy courses and the Applied Pharmacotherapy course. The series of classes include everything the students have learned about how the medications work and when and how to use them appropriately. It involves making sure that the right patient gets the right medication at the right time for an appropriate outcome. The Academic Excellence in Pharmacotherapy Award goes to Sierra Lynn.
To present the Pharmaceutical Sciences Awards, please welcome the Chair of the Pharmaceutical Science Department, Dr. Scott Akers, and Dr. Susan Mercer.
The recipients of these awards are selected by full-time faculty members in the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and primarily determined by the student who accumulated the highest score in qualifying coursework. So the first 3 are awards in certain areas within pharmaceutical sciences. The first award is Academic Excellence in Biomedical Sciences. The award is presented annually to graduating student pharmacists who demonstrate exemplary academic performance in the basic biomedical sciences. Qualifying coursework includes core curricular content in anatomy and physiology, microbiology and immunology, and biomolecular chemistry. The 2019 recipient of the Academic Excellence in Biomedical Sciences is Kayla Napier. Our next award is Academic Excellence in Biopharmaceutics. The awards are presented annually to graduating student pharmacists who demonstrated exemplary performance in pharmaceutics and biopharmaceutics. Qualifying coursework includes core curricular content in pharmaceutical and medicinal chemistry, drug delivery systems, pharmacokinetics, and drug metabolism. The 2019 recipient of the Academic Excellence in Biopharmaceutics is Matthew Murphy. Our third academic award is Academic Excellence in Pharmacology. This award is presented annually to a graduating student pharmacist who demonstrated exemplary performance in pharmacology. Coursework in pharmacology includes the application of basic pharmacodynamic principles necessary for understanding the use of drugs in daily practice by mastering content in drug receptor theory, structure-activity relationships, signal transduction, and the physiologic basis of drug effects. This year's recipients in Academic Excellence in Pharmacology goes to Sierra Lynn. Our next award's not always presented annually and will be the only 5th time we've selected a recipient for this award. The Pharmaceutical Sciences Impact Award is considered to be the department's highest recognition award. It's given to graduating student pharmacists in recognition of their exemplary academic performance in all pharmaceutical sciences coursework, but also have a significant contribution to the research and scholarship mission of the department and an individual commitment to pursue a career in pharmaceutical sciences or a related scientific discipline. The recipient of this award was selected based on their demonstrated potential to have the greatest impact on the next generation of pharmaceutical scientists. The 2019 recipient of Pharmaceutical Sciences Impact Award is Matthew Murphy. While in the pharmacy program, just a few words, Matt was engaged in basic science research each year under the mentorship of Dr. Mercer. Collectively, his research efforts have led to 1 book chapter and 3 research poster presentations, 6 oral scientific presentations, and 2 original research manuscripts under development. He's an AACP Walmart Scholar and was one of 2 students in our program's history to receive an American Foundation of Pharmaceutical Education Gateway Scholarship in 2016. One of only 15 that were awarded nationally that year. He's also a student in our PharmD to PhD pathway program and is headed to Vanderbilt University to pursue a PhD in pharmacology under the mentorship of Dr. Catherine Murray, who's a physician scientist in the divisions of clinical pharmacology and cardiology.
The final academic award is given to a student that has maintained a perfect 4.0 GPA throughout all of pharmacy school. The recipient of the Dean's Recognition for Academic Achievement goes to Sierra Lynn. The next 8 awards are sponsored by various industry companies. These companies give each College of Pharmacy the opportunity to honor graduating student pharmacists for excelling in different aspects of practice. The Facts and Comparisons Award of Excellence in Clinical Communications goes to a student with high academic achievement who has demonstrated superior verbal and written clinical communication skills. The recipient of this award receives a certificate and a 1-year subscription to Lexicomp mobile app from Lexicomp. That's really important to them. It's a big prize. The recipient of this award has excelled in written and oral clinical communication skills, not only in the classroom, but also during her rotations. She has participated in the patient counseling competition and clinical skills competition. Her clinical communication really showed during her APP rotations. Multiple preceptors praised her skills and recommended her for this award. The recipient of the Facts and Comparisons Award of Excellence in Clinical Communications is Kayla Napier. The Royal Society of Chemistry Certificate of Excellence goes to a graduating student for outstanding achievement in the study of chemical science. The recipient of this award performed well in the pharmaceutical and medicinal chemistry courses and always shown a keen interest in research. He has been on multiple posters and papers in his time here at Lipscomb University. Additionally, he is one of the most wonderful people you will meet and has a laugh that'll shake the room. The Royal Society of Chemistry Certificate of Excellence goes to Samuel Starks. The American Institute of the History of Pharmacy Certificate of Recognition goes to a student that has shown superior achievement in the field of the history of pharmacy. The recipient of this award has been dedicated to learning about pharmacy and providing ways to help people before she started pharmacy school. As a child in Haiti, she researched the difference in healthcare and more specifically medications between her home country and the United States. She continued her dedication to learning about various aspects of pharmacy throughout her time at Lipscomb, working in the Pharmaceutical Sciences Research Program during the academic year and completing the Master's in Management program. Her quiet dedication and commitment to excellence will serve her well in her future career. The recipient of the American Institute of the History of Pharmacy Certificate is Rebecca Durandis. The Mylan Pharmaceutics Excellence in Pharmacy Award goes to a student in the top 25% of their class academically that intends to enter practice upon graduation. The recipient must also demonstrate high personal motivation and possess the unique ability to communicate drug information. We are blessed to have a representative for Mylan here today with us. Please welcome Mr. Ambrose Kirk. The recipient of the Mylan Award is a student that has shown leadership through roles in student organization and has shown leadership in her academics by excelling both in the classroom and on rotations. She received outstanding feedback from her preceptors as well and was well regarded in the area of clinical communication with providers and patients. She will continue her record of excellence during her residency next year at the VA here in Nashville. The recipient of the Mylan Pharmaceutics Excellence in Pharmacy Award goes to Kelsey Dalton. The next two awards come to us from Merck Pharmaceutical Company. The first Merck Pharmacy is sorry, it's a lot to read. The first is the Merck Pharmacy Advocacy Award. This award is given to a graduating student who is a strong advocate for patients and the profession. This student got involved with the Tennessee Pharmacists Association early in her pharmacy career and encouraged her fellow classmates to understand policies that affect the profession and our patients. She served as a member-at-large and delegate for our student chapter within TPA. She has also served as a policy vice president for our APHA chapter, helping students get involved not only on the state level, but also the national level. She has always been a great representative of the profession and of Lipscomb. The recipient of the Merck Pharmacy Advocacy Award is Moonjung Kim. The next Merck Award is the Merck Service Award. This award is given to a student pharmacist showing initiative and superior attitude in their commitment to service and missions, locally or abroad. This award recipient has served the college in a variety of leadership positions, both college-wide and as a member of different student organizations. She may be the only student we have ever had to serve as a class officer all 4 years of pharmacy school. She is a team player and always knows how to get the best out of whatever group she is working with. The Merck Service Award goes to Shauna McAdams. The Lilly Achievement Award goes to a student pharmacist that demonstrates excellence in primary care and chronic disease state management. The recipient of this award is one of the most caring students that I've worked with. He is always helping his fellow classmates out, whether it be with schoolwork or with life stressors. He is always that listening ear that others turn to. These characteristics overlap in his work on rotations, especially in his ambulatory care rotations. His communication skills and caring nature helped him to easily translate his didactic coursework into the primary care setting and managing chronic disease states. His preceptors especially commented on his ability to connect with patients. The recipient of the Lilly Achievement Award goes to Edgar Pendelosa Valverde. The Pharmacist Mutual Leadership Award goes to a student that has shown tremendous leadership throughout their time in the College of Pharmacy. This student pharmacist has proven himself as a leader among his classmates and within the profession. He has served in numerous leadership roles, but most notably, he served as the student president of the Tennessee Pharmacist Association this last year. He was an excellent representative of the college and of the state. One of the things I love about this recipient so much are the times when he didn't hold a leadership role, but everyone thought he did just by the way that he took on leadership roles when they needed to be filled. He is just that type of person. It is only fitting that the Pharmacist Mutual Leadership Award goes to Nick Hodge. The final graduate award of the morning is a very special award. This award recognizes one student from the graduating class for his or her demonstration of Christian faith, servant leadership, professionalism, and compassion. These are all qualities that we strive to instill in each of our students and will help make them a well-rounded pharmacist. The award is named after our founding dean of the Lipscomb College of Pharmacy, Dr. Roger L. Davis, who truly embodies all of these qualities and serves as a role model to the students, faculty, and staff. The recipient of this award will receive a crystal trophy and a Bible with their name engraved on the front. Faculty, staff, and student pharmacists from the class of 2019 were given the opportunity to nominate individuals whom they felt exemplified these qualities. The recipient of this award embodies what it means to be a Christian in the way that he carries himself on a daily basis. A natural quality that this student possesses is the ability to encourage his fellow classmates in and outside of the classroom. He has been a part of too many health fairs and flu shot clinics to list. He has also had leadership positions in many different student organizations. His demeanor and approach to his fellow classmates and patients have been noted by numerous faculty and students during his tenure here at as a Lipscomb Pharmacy student. He embodies all of the characteristics that this award represents: Christian faith, servant leadership, professionalism, and compassion. The recipient of the Roger L. Davis Christian Faith and Service Award goes to Cody Davis.
Another part of our program, our curriculum that many students take advantage of. It's not something that is required, but it is one of those things that can help set you apart, and that is the achievement of a dual degree. Students that obtain a dual degree not only complete the PharmD curriculum, but then they will also complete degree requirements necessary for a master's in healthcare informatics or a master's of management dual degree. It's my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Beth Breeden, who is the program director for the Masters of Healthcare Informatics, and Dr. Brent Thompson, who is the program director for the Masters of Management.
Good morning. I'm delighted to be here with you. I'm Beth Breeden and excited to talk to you about the students who are getting the dual degree and certificate in healthcare informatics. But Dr. Cox, I felt like we needed to add one more quarterback to your list. So who thinks Peyton Manning was the best quarterback that's ever lived? Let's raise the hands. All right, go. Yeah, there we go. I just thought N equals 2 was just not quite enough on that. So healthcare informatics, if you're going, no, that sounds nice, but what exactly is it? So it's really how we use data and information and knowledge, but technology and automation as well in the healthcare process. So these students have obtained advanced competencies and skills in this area, and we're delighted to recognize them today. So we have students who are getting the dual degree, the PharmD, as well as the Masters of Healthcare Informatics. We also have one student who's getting the PharmD and a healthcare certificate in informatics. So students, please stand when I call your name. Hassan Alwan, Austin Fullwood, Sean Kim, Garen Thomas, and Tom Wilson are getting the Masters in Healthcare Informatics. So let's recognize these. And then Renee Menzie is getting the PharmD and the Healthcare Informatics certificate. The students who are getting the Masters will get their diplomas tomorrow when they get the PharmD, but the certificate's given today, so congratulations. And then this year we also have an award in healthcare informatics that was voted on by the students as well as the faculty to recognize that student with advanced innovation, competencies, and skills in this area. I'm delighted to announce that that award is going to Tom Wilson.
Good morning again. My name is Brent Thompson. I'm the program director for the Master of Management dual degree. As Dean Campbell mentioned, this is an additional degree for those students who really just wanted to show off and get two degrees at the same time. In all seriousness, the Master of Management degree is an additional optional degree for our PharmD students who have an interest not only in the clinical aspects of pharmacy, but also for those students who really value the leadership and management responsibilities that go along with being a pharmacist. So this additional master's degree better prepares our graduates not only for the workforce, but for pharmacy residencies and their careers as well. So I'll now announce those students or those graduates who have earned both their dual PharmD and their Master of Management degree. Chapel Cartmel, Rebecca Durandis, Richard Gustafson, Monica Hanna, Jesse Hipple, Sierra Lynn, Shauna McAdams, Joseph Powell, Ryan Powell, Sydney Rusa, Marion Tegate, and Kaylin Trice. Congratulations, you guys. So I would now like to call up one individual to receive the Master of Management Leadership Award. So this award is given to a person identified by their peers in the Master of Management program who was identified who would best represent both their profession and their college through the Master of Management degree. And I would like to call up Richard Gustafson.
This time we get to the moment you've all been waiting for. And that is the presentation of hoods. Academic hoods is a long tradition in academia. It is one that is a very significant event. The actual hooding will take place during the graduation ceremony tomorrow, but the presentation of hoods will take place at this time. And to do that, Director of Admissions and Student Affairs, Ms. Laura Ward.
All right. As we get started with the presentation of hoods, I would ask that you please hold your applause until all of our graduates have been recognized so that each student and each family can hear their student. Hassan Alwan. Pyle Amin. Mackenzie Bonds Black. Christopher Lloyd Boner. Brian Matthew Brady. Tiffany K. Putian Campos. Chapel Cartmel. Samantha Criswell. Kelsey Dalton. Hillary Rose Davidson. Cody Michael Davis. Julia Douglas. Brian Alexander Dugan. Rebecca Durandis. Austin Blake Fullwood. Victoria Ann Fungafat. James Gary. Amanda Carol Gibbs. Emily Deemer Green. William Green, Jr. Richard Gustafson. Megan Elizabeth Hamilton. Monica Lee Hanna. Anna Gibson Heinkel. Jessie Marie Hipple. Nicholas Hodge. Paige Howell. Paul Wynn. Amanda Christine Jackson. Moonjung Kim. Sean Gu Kim in absentia. Maggie Farizi Legos. Sierra May Lynn. Nicola Martin. Shauna Blake McAdams. Renee Elise Minzy. Madonna Eid Musa. Matthew Benton Murphy. Kayla Napier. Chisato D. Oragui. Erica Ostrander. Lindsay B. Parks. Edgar Peñalosa Valverde. Angela Mock Pham. Joseph Ryan Powell. Sydney Catherine Rose. Cassidy Reynolds Ruckle. Victoria Chaputis. Hallie Cunningham Scordelis. Samuel Starks. Shelley Stevenson. Kara Catherine Stockdale. Meron Tegeta. Garen C. Thomas. Austin Temersma. Julie Wells Todd. Kaylin Michelle Trice. Victoria Vandenberg. Brian Wheeler. James T. Wilson II. please join me now in congratulating the graduating class of 2019.
At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Jeff Lee, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, who, by the way, I've heard there's an unofficial poll out there that he is ranked number 2 in all-time Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at Lipscomb University College of Pharmacy, but number 2 is not bad. So at this time, Dr. Lee will administer the oath of a pharmacist.
Oh, he's so funny. Well, I had prepared a few remarks, which you know I'm apt to do, but I think it's probably in everyone's best interest if I keep this rolling. So we'll just keep going here. But I did want to, I know there were a couple of concerns. I was sitting behind the podium, so you probably haven't been able to get a lot of pictures of me. So I just want to let you know I'll be available afterwards if you want to get a picture with me. I offered to help. They said, no, just sit there and look pretty. And I'm like, well, I can do that. So I just sat there and hung out. Also, I wanted to thank you very much for the kind words earlier. That meant a lot to me, and it was much nicer than yesterday when you said I looked like a minion. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's my honor today to read the Pharmacist Code of Ethics and to administer the oath of a pharmacist to our graduates for the final time. The Pharmacist Code of Ethics has been prepared and supported by pharmacists and various members of the profession, including the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy, and the Academy of Student Pharmacists. The code is intended to state publicly the principles that form the fundamental basis of the roles and responsibilities of pharmacists. It states, a pharmacist respects the covenantal relationship between the patient and pharmacist. A pharmacist promotes the good of every patient in a caring, compassionate, and confidential manner. A pharmacist respects the autonomy and dignity of each patient. A pharmacist acts with honesty and integrity in professional relationships. A pharmacist maintains professional competence. A pharmacist respects the values and abilities of colleagues and other health professionals. A pharmacist serves individual, community, and societal needs. A pharmacist seeks justice in the distribution of health resources. Also at this time, I'd like to administer the oath of a pharmacist to our graduating class. Graduating class of 2019, please rise. The oath is printed in your program, and as I read the oath, I ask for each of you to meditate on the importance and meaning of the words, and after reading the oath, I will ask the graduating class to signify their acceptance of this oath by saying, I will. We'll do that at the very end. Okay, just one time at the very end. Oath of a pharmacist. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I'm entrusted by the public. Graduates, will you each accept the responsibility of the oath as you begin your professional career as a pharmacist? All right, thank you. You may be seated. And at this time, it is my privilege to introduce the Executive Director of the Tennessee Pharmacists Association and a great friend of our college, Dr. Micah Cost.
Congratulations, you all made it. I was thinking back on my time whenever I graduated. I've been out 11 years, and Dr. Cox was in my class, and Dr. Gentry was in my class, and once again, they've upstaged me, and I appreciate that. Dr. Cox, you don't know what K-pop is. Seriously, though, welcome to the profession of pharmacy. This profession has given me back more than I could ever give it. And I think you'll find the exact same thing as you go through your career. My 5-year plan, I laugh at it now because it's so much different than what I thought it was whenever I graduated. If you do everything that you can to advance your career and to make a difference in patients' lives, you'll be the exact same way. You'll be standing in front of your now peers, your fellow doctors, addressing them 10 years into your career just like I am. I'm extremely fortunate to have people like Vice Provost Davis, Dean Campbell, Dr. Nola, Dr. Idson. These folks have been influential in my life and have really set my path for me. And so I want to talk to you for just a couple of minutes about the power of presence. You're going to find numerous opportunities over the next couple of years to just be present, to be there. First of all, and most foremost, you're going to be present for your patients. Being present in your patients' lives is what has made pharmacy one of the most trusted healthcare professions in existence. The relationships that you have with your patients are going to be vital. And when you talk about carving your history on hearts and not on marble, that's an incredible mindset, because it shows why pharmacy is so important and why you as pharmacists are going to make a difference. So first of all, be present in the patients that you see right across from you. Second of all, you need to be present with the healthcare team. Pharmacists and pharmacy professionals that we advocate on behalf of at the Tennessee Pharmacists Association, you have a unique role and a niche in the healthcare arena. You are the medication experts. So we need to own that responsibility. We need to sit on healthcare teams, and when you're asked to speak up and to share your knowledge and to be a part of that healthcare team, you need to be present on that healthcare team. That'll make an immeasurable difference in how you're viewed by other healthcare professionals and how you're viewed by the public. I also want to challenge you to be present in your local, national, and your state pharmacy association. I never saw this as a career path until people like Dr. Nola saw something in me I didn't see in myself. And truly, by just being present, my 4th year, doing a rotation with the association and working with Dr. Nola and other folks that saw value in me, they kind of directed my path in ways that I had never seen before. And so be present with your national association, your state association, your local association, because it will give you that professional fulfillment, the professional swagger, whatever you want to call it. It will give you that professional fulfillment and the professional pride that you need. The people around you, your faculty, your staff, the leaders of this college, the people that you're sitting next to, they're going to be the people that you lean on whenever you feel like the profession's beating you down, and when you feel like you don't have opportunities, and when you feel like there's no hope for the future. Those are the people you lean on. Those are the people that I lean on. So I challenge you to be present in every part of your lives. But I'm also going to challenge you one more thing. Be present with your family and your home life. Have an accurate work-life balance. Maintain your mental health. This is a challenging profession. Healthcare is in a challenging environment right now, and you need that adequate work-life balance. So maintain your physical, mental, and your overall professional well-being. Congratulations on everything. I have loved getting to know y'all for the past 4 years, and I look forward to getting to know the rest of you over the next 40 years of your career, and I hope you all stay in Tennessee. Thank you.
It has been a good morning, fantastic morning to honor and celebrate the graduating class of 2019. In just a moment, Dr. Craig Bledsoe, Provost for Lipscomb University, will come forward and have a few remarks and a final blessing. Before he does so, I wanted to go over a couple of quick announcements. We do have a reception after this to honor the class of 2019. It is in the tent, which is located in the green area in front of the Burton Building. As you probably are aware, we did have a little bit of rain this morning, so please be careful with your footing going out there. There should be a walkway, but just be extra careful with the rain this morning. We would ask that after the blessing, the recession will begin. The student pharmacy graduates will leave first, followed by the faculty, and then everyone please remain seated until they leave and they go to get their picture made, and then everyone else could be dismissed right after that. So at this time, it is a pleasure to be able to introduce Dr. Craig Bledsoe, Provost for Lipscomb University. The College of Pharmacy has had tremendous support and encouragement from the administration at Lipscomb University ever since our first day on campus. They have been nothing but encouragers along the way, always supporting the work that is being done and supporting our graduates, our alumni as well, and we're thankful for that. Dr. Craig Bledsoe has led that. He's the Chief Academic Officer for Lipscomb University, and he has been a champion for the College of Pharmacy since its very early days. So please welcome Dr. Craig Bledsoe. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh, it's been a long morning already, hasn't it? So let me congratulate all of you again. It's great to see your faces. It does not seem that long ago that we had you walking across the stage and getting your white coats. It may seem a long time to you, but for those of us that have watched from the outside, it does not seem that long ago. Last night I was asked to do the welcome at another group of graduates, and I got up and I realized I'm not welcoming these people, I'm saying goodbye to them. And in some ways I feel like I'm saying goodbye to you, but I hope not. I mean, Dr. Koss just said, let's stay in Tennessee. Okay, let's stay in Tennessee and let's stay connected with Lipscomb. You have had a tremendous faculty that have walked these 4 years with you on a journey that has led you to this moment. And I hope you stay connected with them, because I can tell you from my conversations with them, you are as important to them, maybe more important than they have been to you. And I know that you guys have created a relationship, and they have been your faculty, they have been your teachers, but now those roles are changing a bit, and now they are your colleagues. And we hope you stay connected with them. We hope you stay connected to Lipscomb. And we're so grateful for the fact that you have been a part of our lives here for the past 4 years. Tomorrow, you're going to walk across that stage. We're going to put those hoods on you, and that's going to be an exciting moment when you get hooded. There are 888 people graduating tomorrow. Don't panic. We're splitting them up. We got 2 graduations. You guys are in the early graduation at 10:30, and there are only about 350 or 360 of you there. But we'll get through that quickly, but you will be spotlighted with having those hoods put on you, and that's a really cool moment, and I hope that you appreciate it. Let me congratulate you all again. We're so glad that you have been part of our lives for the past 4 years. We want you to come back and continue to be a part of our lives here at Lipscomb. And I know that we have a very strong alumni relationship here, and they will make sure that you are connected and contacted and connected and a part of us. So let me pray a prayer of blessing over you. Our most gracious Father, we come to you today thankful for this time and place. We are thankful, Father, for this university, for its commitment to quality education, but we're also very thankful for its love for you. We thank you, Father, for this college. We thank you for its faculty. and the care that they've had with their students. We thank you for the leadership of this college, Father. We thank you for its mission to educate quality, caring pharmacists. And we're so thankful, Lord, for these graduating students. And we're thankful the time that they have been here. We thank you for the way you have blessed this college over the years. And for all these students, Father, we pray for your blessings as they leave here to start new lives, new friendships, new adventures on an exciting journey. And Father, we know that it is by your power that people are healed. So we thank you for the gifts you have given these students to be where they are today. Give them strength, Father. Give them wisdom for their work. Guide their decisions and help them to make choices through faith. It's through the name of your Son we pray. Amen.